Hello, welcome. Welcome back to another Onkruid video. Welcome back to another unedited Soulstone Survivors video. Whispering Grove, Curse level 5. Going back in with the exact same build that we did in the last episode. So again, just good old laser beam build. With the singular focus rune, which means that we can get multiple versions of the same skill in our action bar right here, in our arsenal. And that's just what's up. That's what really real. That's what I'm showing you today, you know? And if you're not happy with that, well, I suggest you click off the video and go watch something else, my man, because that's exactly what's gonna happen. At this point, after 70 episodes, I believe this is episode 71, you can be expecting, like, completely new gameplay features or completely new crazy build ideas, you know? No, we're just grinding right now. It's the same as, like, watching an old school RuneScape YouTuber upload his part 722 of his Iron Man Progress series. Yes, Mr. Mammal, I'm looking at you. And expecting him to all of a sudden do some crazy new things that he has never done before, right? That's not necessarily gonna happen. He's just in the phase of the game where he is grinding for certain things. And I absolutely love and aspire to have the dedication that some of those old school RuneScape creators have to keep on grinding that same game until like eternity kind of strikes them and they just die of old age probably. People completing their collection logs and stuff, always very enjoyable for me to watch. But we've talked about Boti, for example, in one of my recent episodes, I feel like, so let's not go down that road again. Where's my laser beams, homies? Let's go for helper elves for now, but I definitely want to get into the laser beam side of things quicker rather than slower. I don't know why, but I felt the urge to take all those poison things all at the start, so now our poison effects are going to be really effective. Well, then I guess we should go for poison a little bit, but I'm still trying to go for that for that laser build, for that beam build. So please don't take this away from me. I set out to do something. I set a goal, another poison upgrade. I set a goal, and now I want to achieve that goal, please. So can we just? Although this poison is potent, it's doing quite some damage. I can tell you that much. It's doing numbers. It was interesting, all the explanations and stuff of the different kinds of insurances I can still get as an independent clinical psychologist. And also just very important stuff, because I need to get some of those things in order, because otherwise I won't have any money later in life. And also when I get sick or ill, or I can't work anymore for a while, I will also just not have any income anymore if I don't get the right insurances. So it's definitely something I need to look into a bit further. One thing they didn't tell me though is that their kind of office where they received me, where they gave me all the directions and educated me on all the different plans and stuff, for example, is on literally the Mount Everest. Like Kilimanjaro is looking up at the mountain that I had to travel up on to actually get to the place where their office was. That was just like insane. I guess they maybe didn't expect me to come by bike, but I do everything by bike because I'm a healthy individual and I care about the environment. And it's not at all because I just don't have a driver's license at all because I'm scared shitless in traffic. No, that's not the case. What are you talking about? And I just, in the morning before leaving, I made sure that I was like washed a bit. I was fresh. I was looking clean. I smelled nice. And then arriving there, I was just like, hi, thank you for having me. With like sweat dripping from the tip of my nose up until into my lap. No, it was not the best experience, but I guess the guys that received me were a-okay with it after all. They laughed also when I said like, yeah, you didn't tell me about that mountain you guys live on. He was like, yeah, well, if I would tell people that, nobody would come to see us, so. And I was like, yeah, alright, I respect that. See some humor into the situation. That's very funny, Mr. Man, who is probably here by car and has been here the entire morning, so has had all the time in the world to catch his breath, huh? Laugh a little bit with the poor soul on your doorstep after traveling on to the Mount Ventoux. I'm making it a bit larger than it was for comedic effect, of course, but in general it was an interesting conversation. They were very friendly. Are we gonna keep the poison? Are we gonna keep the poison? No, we're going for lasers. That's what we set out to do, and that's what we're gonna do. Give me more lasers, please. Not to be confused with the hit game Papers, Please. Welcome to a Troskal or something like that, right? I think I would prefer lightning. Goodbye, arcane missiles. Multicast on the electric, please. Yes, sir. Alright, now we're getting somewhere. The build is finally in its lift-off stage. Later today I'm gonna have a little coffee with a friend of mine. A friend that has recently actually lost her father. I've talked about this a bunch in the past couple of episodes, but I definitely wanted to make sure that we follow up on her a bit, see how she's doing. So it's just gonna be like a very nice and easy. The door is open to talk about the elephant in the room, but we can also just talk about other fun stuff to get your mind off of things. Just a nice little session for her, which sounds extremely weird. I don't know why I even used that word. I'm just gonna get together and we're gonna have a nice little coffee, and I'll see if she feels the need to talk about it. It's of course very welcome, and I am all ears. But if she just wants to be distracted and talk about fun things, then I am also all ears and all mouth, because I'm not just gonna listen. In that case, I'm also gonna talk about my own experiences a little bit, like for example probably lament to her as well a little bit about the mountain I had to cycle up earlier this morning. So she kind of gets a little Onkruid preview, if you will. And I call it a preview because of the backlog, although it's not insurmountable anymore at this stage. It's still quite large. This video is probably gonna go up in like 2 weeks, maybe a little bit more. So that's why also don't expect actual topics that are presently active in these videos. Although maybe I can come up with something. Let's see, what can I come up with? What is something I read, for example, just recently that is something interesting to talk about? Nope, I'm drawing blanks. I have no idea. I'm not even sure about like which celebrities have recently died or something, because that's something I should be aware about, if considering I'm a quizzer. Going to quizzes, trivia quizzes more often than not, or music quizzes. Alright, I just got stuck a little bit there, step bro. But yeah, no, actuality and like the present moment, things going on in the news, especially things with like famous individuals, like actors and actresses and stuff, no, not for me. I could talk a little bit about Interstellar. Crazily enough, I can talk about it even though I have never seen the movie, but I just watched like a YouTube summary on the plot for some reason. It's just some of those, oh damn, second revive already. Sometimes when those videos appear, I just can't help myself and I have to watch it, even though I have never watched the movie. I want to know what Interstellar is all about. Featuring Matt Damon and Hathaway, who I recently saw in The Devil Wears Prada last weekend. Saw that movie before already, but I rewatched it together with my girlfriend. It was a lot of fun. I'm getting my ass whooped. Anne Hathaway, Matt Damon, Matthew McConaughey plays like the actual main head role, the main character, and it's an interesting movie. Christopher Nolan, so you know that your mind is gonna be fucked, because he's also the director of things like Inception, for example. I say things like Inception, for example, but for a second I can't think about what else he made. I think he also made some of the Batman movies, like The Dark Knight Rises and stuff. I think that's also Nolan's work, if I'm not mistaken. But either way, he always creates like these mindfuck movies. Tenet, of course, how can I forget? That's another beautiful example with Denzel Washington Jr. I think that's correct. Is that correct? No, it's not Denzel Washington Jr. It's John Washington. I have no idea. I'm spitting bull crap. Either way, also with Elizabeth Debicki, which is also a very tasty burger here in Belgium. Elizabeth Debicki, and the guy that plays Sator, I knew his name for a while because he also played Gilderoy Lockhart in the Harry Potter movies, but I can't remember his name for now. And of course, how can we forget now that we talked about the Harry Potter movies? Robert Pattinson, my main man Robbie, also known from The Lighthouse, from Twilight, from a whole bunch of different projects. Truly a very talented actor in my opinion, just like Daniel Radcliffe from Harry Potter is. Recently also watched a movie summary about the movie Game Changers, I believe, which documented the process of the development of Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, a game I used to like really waste a whole lot of hours in on the PlayStation 2 together with my brother or with friends that came over, because that was the first GTA game with multiplayer mode. I think it was the first one at least, and it was a really a blast. I still very much remember that. I still don't know how we did it, but me and a friend of mine, when he was over at my house, when we were playing together, we found this cop bike, this police bike, that was indestructible. I still, to this day, can't fathom how we achieved that, how we found such a thing, or what type of glitch we maybe caused or something, because we were just playing like regular old dunces, regular old doofuses, just trying to have a little bit of fun. But yeah, I sincerely don't know how we did that. But I remember us having a lot of fun, just driving that bike around the entirety of Los Santos and San Fierro. GTA San Andreas, truly a gem. Really shaped me as a child. And then I don't mean in a sense of, oh, it made me violent, because that's what most people will then believe, will think about. But no, it showed me the beauty and extent video games can go to. Because I also thought that GTA San Andreas had one of the craziest storylines, right? I really was back then focused on the story a lot, and it was such an interesting story of like betraying each other, making sure that those betrayers then pay for their actions. Yeah, I was not paying enough attention to the game, or not even not paying enough attention, it was just a dangerous run. All in all, that game just showed me kind of what that hobby could mean for me and how you could build that out further to be a pivotal part of my life, and that's exactly where we are today. Not great for my quest, of course, such short runs, but great for the recording session, because that means that I can jump right back into another video. Thank you very much for watching this one. Hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.